Good morning. Time to make the coffee. Today's flavor is white chocolate by Barissimo. It's an Aldi's brand that they had out around Christmas time. Very, very tasty. I liked it. I have some loose coffee that a viewer sent me that I'll be using as well, because this little coffee maker also has a cup for loose coffee. So that works well. Anyway, today's high is going to be 37. Not the warmest day, but it doesn't look like there's any snow or rain today. Maybe later in the forecast. So I'm hoping to be home by then, because today I have to take my mom to a doctor's appointment. So I'll do that, and if she needs something at the store, I'll take her to the store, or if she doesn't feel like going, I'll go to the store for her. But I know my daughter went over there for a visit yesterday and picked up a couple things for her. So she took my two little granddaughters with her and her two dogs, and my mom loves her dogs, especially Mac, her cane corso. She loves him. So anyway, they went for a visit, and I know she picked up a couple things at the store for her. So unless my mom can think of other things that she might need, I'll probably just visit with her for a while. So my plan is to bring her here to stay with me at least for a while. We'll see how it goes. And we have all kinds of plans in the works. We have to have a family meeting because I do want to include my children in the decision making, because my mom does not want to live alone anymore. So that's her decision, and I want us all to be on board with what we decide. So there's going to be plenty of options for my mom to choose from, what she wants to do. So anyway, let's put a little cream in the coffee. Whoa, that was a big gush of cream. I still have creamer in my overstock stash. I still have, I think, 2 or 3 chocolate caramels. I still have 1 coffee cake oat creamer. So I don't need creamer. So I'm hoping not to need a whole lot in groceries this month. I'll probably have to get some produce, but I don't need anything for the freezer. So cheers. I've had this mug for a long time. It belongs to a set of dishes that I sold. I sold them to the same lady, actually in 2 lots, and she was tickled pink, but I kept a service for 4 because I think these dishes are so pretty. And I love pottery dishes. I like the heavier dishes. I don't like lugging them around, but I do like them. So cheers. Very yummy. So I finally got my living room set up the way I like it, and I think it looks pretty good, but I still need to clean up a few things that don't have a home, and I still need to put the Christmas stuff away. So once that's done, I'll show you all what I finally settled in on that actually works for me. I can get to my windows because I have to open and close the blinds, so that's working. My chair is facing the TV, so that works, but it's in a position where I can turn it the opposite way when I have company, so it's more a grouping than, Okay, the chair is just sitting there facing the TV. But that area also has my desk with my computer, and I found a space for a desk chair there. So I think this is going to work well. The only thing is the couch isn't in front of the windows anymore, but when the blinds are open, the dogs can sit on the ottoman and still look out the window. They just won't be able to do it on the couch. So I tried putting the couch in front of the window, and that didn't work. It just didn't look good. So I think where I have it now makes the most sense. And I'm sure my Chloe will be getting up on the recliner chairs and looking out the window at some point when she figures out she can do that. So anyway, boy, it amazes me how changing one little thing like a TV can, you have to rearrange the whole room. Now, I was going to take the day bed out of there, and it would have given me more room in there. But at one point when I broke my hip, because the dogs knocked me over, this was like 7 years ago, I actually pretty much lived on the downstairs floor. I mean, I did go up and down the stairs, but I was used to hanging out with my dogs and sleeping in the same room with them, because when they were babies, that's what I did. When I was trying to potty train them, I kind of slept with them. Yep, I'm part of the pack. So I know that's not for everybody, and some of you might be cringing if you're not a dog person, but that's okay. I don't mind, hanging out with my dogs. So anyway, I'm going to need to do that again because my mom's got a surgery coming up, and she's going to be staying here with me, and I'm going to give her my bedroom because the bedroom has an attached bathroom, and that way she doesn't have to walk far. Older ladies need the bathroom at night, so I feel the safest for her there. And I didn't want to put her in the day bed because I really don't want to leave her unsupervised with my dogs, because they do get a little bit rambunctious. They get so excited to see her, and but I don't want them knocking her over. So anyway, that's the tentative plan, and we'll see how it goes. The best laid plans of mice and men. So we'll see. And I always like to have more than one plan. That seems to work out the best for me. So anyway, I'm going to drink my coffee, and then I will take you over to my nice and clean and redone budget book. Well, I didn't really redo the whole thing. I just took out the old records and put in new ones. So, okay, I will be back. All right, you know where we are, back at the budget book. So yesterday I didn't spend any money. So far, it's been a low spend month. Here I bought a cartridge for my printer. I was out of colored ink, and I realized when I looked in my extra ink stash, they were all black, because that's what I usually print with. So I had to get a cartridge, because I do print a lot of recipes and things out. I just like the feel of a book in my hands. So even though I do have digital things too, I just prefer to have a book or a notebook. So anyway, one of my viewers, actually a couple of you, have said that what you do at the end of the day is you write down what you did for that day. And I thought that was a great idea. So I'm going to start doing that too. Thank you for the idea. What I'm going to write it in, because it'll just be a brief notation, I'm just going to write it in this 2024 planner. So then at the end of the day, I'll just write on here whatever it was I did. So Monday and Tuesday, I would just write, that I rearranged the living room, or whatever. Just make brief notations, and that way I won't waste this calendar, and then I won't beat myself up because I didn't get anything done. So, good idea. Thank you very much for the suggestion, and I like that idea. So, I do like the Dollar Tree planners because they're thin and light, and, I don't like those big bulky planners. I tried that once, and it was keeping track of too much stuff that really I didn't need to keep track of. So this is simple. I plan on doing my morning pages again. I've done those off and on for years, and I really enjoy those. So a couple of the things that I want to do in the mornings or in the evenings, whenever I can sneak it in, I'll do the morning pages. Sometimes it turns out to be afternoon pages. I'll write down in the calendar what I did for the day, and then I want to do my little New Testament Bible reading. Yesterday's video, I showed you which one I bought. And then I think I'm going to start A Course in Miracles again. I did that the whole course years ago, and I found it very, very eye-opening and helpful. It has a Christian twist to it, but even if you're a non-believer, it should work for you. It has different exercises that you do every day, and some of them it's almost like a meditation type of thing every day, that you meditate on certain things, and I love that anyway. I meditated for years, and then, a lot of times life gets in the way, and we get busy, and things fall from the wayside, and before you know it, a habit that you enjoyed gets kicked down the road and replaced with a bunch of busy work. So I like living a peaceful, quiet life. That's just what I prefer. I'm not a party person. I like creating my own peaceful world inside my home and outside my home in my garden. And that's what I enjoy. So a lot of these practices that I used to do when I was into the martial arts have kind of fallen by the wayside. So I really would like to reintroduce those things into my life and bring in more peace and simplicity. I've been working on the simplicity now for a number of years. I'm not totally there yet, but for the most part, I've enjoyed the process. I like to declutter and organize and downsize. I actually enjoy that. And I like making adjustments in my life to accommodate what it is that I can do now. I find that if I fight that process, it has the opposite effect. Rather than being peaceful, it induces stress, which I don't like. I've had enough stress in my life. And I know there's more coming up. I know that, but I try to look at it in ways that I at least can get some benefit out of it. So anyway, that's it for my budget book. I'm hoping I do have to take my mom for her appointment. I can't think off the top of my head of anything that I need other than I need some lettuce. So I may stop on the way home and just pick up some lettuce and a cucumber and I do need some whipped cream cheese. So I may stop in at Aldi's on the way home and just do a very, very low spend. That's my objective for the month. Not necessarily to do a total no spend, but to do a very low spend. Hardly buy any groceries, not buy anything else that isn't necessary. So, all right, I will be back.
101 Ways to Simplify Your Life by Candy Paul. Day number 58. Clear your schedule for a day. I learned the interior of life was as rich as the exterior life, and that my richest moments occurred when I was absolutely still. Richard Bode. When you're healthy and able to keep your commitments, having a whole day for yourself seems like an impossible extravagance. Yet if you became sick and unable to meet your obligations, you would have no choice but to clear your schedule. Taking a day off is a prescription for keeping priorities straight and celebrating the simple joys of life. Give yourself the gift of one whole day off to rest, recuperate, and tend to your soul. Nurturing your inner life helps you order your outer life and restores your energy. Consider this day away as an utterly necessary appointment with God, a time to become still in His presence. If you have family obligations and need help, trade childcare or home help with a friend, and give him or her a much-needed day off too.
Good morning. Well, let's have some morning coffee again. I hope you guys aren't getting tired of my morning coffee chatter. So cheers again. So I've kind of made a decision. Now I always did save money for retirement too, but that is not money that I draw from. It's not money that I use for everyday expenses. I live on the income that I have coming in, because you never know. I mean, I'm 73. I don't know how long I'm going to live. I don't know how long my retirement money is going to last me. And I mean, it's not the retirement fund of a rich person, trust me. But it enabled me to pay for my roof. So I took money out for that. So for very big purchases like that I don't want to spend 5 years paying off, and saving almost all of what I did manage to accumulate over the years. But I've come to the conclusion, now it was my goal to become debt-free this year. So, and you guys know I've been making my car payment, and this is the last year where I would need to make my car payment. But my car payment is $356 a month. Now, trust me, I didn't go out and spend $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 on a car. My car cost me $18,000 out the door, and it was a new car, but it was a salvage car. And so far, knock on wood, it's been great. But I still owe about $4,000-ish on it. And then I took out a consolidation loan that is actually also a credit card. But the good thing about that is when I took it out, that was actually a good move, because to pay off that, it was only 5.99% interest rate. And that was, I've been paying on that 2 or 3 years. But I only owe like $1,000 something on there now. It's just under $2,000. So anyway, but the good thing about that is it's a credit card that I can still use, and it only has a 10.99% interest rate, and that is pretty much unheard of in this day and age when they're charging 20, 25, 30% interest. So anyway, I'm keeping that credit card open, and I'll use it once in a while just to keep it active. And so that will be the only outstanding credit card that I'll have, other than I do have Best Buy and Home Depot that I may use periodically and then just pay off. But anyway, what I've decided to do is pay off my car this month, and I'm also going to pay off that loan, because those two payments, I pay $300 a month on the loan and $365 on the car, so that would free up quite a bit of money so that I don't have to keep charging things that I need. Anyway, that's the plan. I'm going to pay those off, and that'll enable me to put some money away for the new windows that I have to have. And there's probably at least 5 that I can think of off the top of my head, 5 new windows that I'll need. And they run, depending on the size, about $700 a piece. So I want to have that done this spring, but I want to save up the money to pay for those with cash. And then I'm also eventually going to need a new furnace. And that, I'm assuming, will probably be $8,000-$10,000. I have no idea. If you guys have gotten a new furnace lately and air conditioning, let me know in the comments below how much it cost you, so I have some idea of the cost factor. So anyway, that is my plan. That way I can free up some money, and then I can always replenish after I get my windows and stuff paid for. I can put back money into my retirement savings without having to pay interest on a car payment. I mean, the interest rate on the car payment was like 6 point something, and the reason it was that high was because it was a salvaged car. So, but anyway, that's what I'm going to do, and that'll help me out financially quite a bit, because I've been living pretty lean for the last few years because of those 2 payments, and I really don't want to get into any more credit card debt. So that is the plan, and I will be very happy to get that off my shoulders. And then I'm planning, like I said, I'm planning to put that money into savings instead. So we'll see how that goes. And hopefully you guys have some retirement savings that you can rely on if you have an emergency. But if you don't lose hope. You know, squirrel away as much as you can and live frugally. That I have found. I wasn't always frugal, trust me. I was a spendthrift, but the last at least 5, 6, 7 years have taught me that that was not a good way to live. So, but anyway, what are you going to do? You live and learn, right? And hopefully you learn from your mistakes and you don't keep making the same thing over and over, which is the definition of insanity. And I certainly don't want to go to insanity. So that is my plan, and hopefully that'll work out the way I have it in my head. So anyway, I have to get ready, get a couple things done. My living room isn't totally done. I have it arranged the way I want it, and I'll do a few more things. I do need to do some cleaning. I want to look through my bookshelf and do a little bit of purging there so it's easier to dust. And, you know, even if it takes me all week, I don't care. I'll get it done. Work on it a little bit every day. Just plug away at whatever you want done and just keep plugging away at it every day in small increments if you have to. What I'm doing is basically, this is the plan, I'm going to take 1 month to do, I have 13 rooms in this house. Now that includes bathrooms and hallways and everything else. So I'm going to take 1 month and concentrate on each room. And if it only takes me 2 weeks, then I'll do I'll do 2 rooms a month. Like my bathroom down here is well organized, so I don't need to do much there. My bedroom needs work. All the bedrooms up there need work because there's a lot of stuff laying around that either need to go or need a home. My living room will be done shortly. My kitchen, I need to declutter again, the cabinets. Now my dining room, my plan is to sell my dining room table. It's a very big table with 2 leaf extensions that you store inside the table. It's a really nice heavy oak table, but it's just too big for the room now and we don't use it. So I want to sell that and make that room easier to clean. But I'll either take 1 room a month if it needs a lot of work, or I'll take 2 or maybe 3 rooms a month. But I want to work on that 1 room until it's totally done, decluttered, organized, and furniture rearranged if that's what needs to happen. So, all right, my friends, it's still morning. I need to get dressed now, get ready, and take my mom to her appointment. So I'm going to sign off for today. And I want to wish you abundant blessings. I love you guys. Be good to yourself. Be good to others. God bless you. And I'll see you next time. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe, comment, and like. It helps my channel grow. Don't forget to share. Thanks for watching.